Peace and power, peace and power, peace and power, peace and power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people that struggle as you come on in. Know that you're in a safe space. Know that you're in a space of learning and getting learned up. Know that you're in a space of educating and being educated. Know that you're in a space for a conversation. Comments and concerns, dialogue, questions and answers, building and destroying. You're in a space of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Yes, a space of culture or freedom. Your space, a space of love, a space of integrity, a space where we care about each other, where we network with each other because we are on a path, a united path towards true liberation. That's my classroom assistants. Come on in. Please, keep all contact information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Please keep all funding information. Hashtags, green screens, grams of money, pals that pay. Unions that are Western. Damn it, carrier pigeons, send your kite down the gallery. Fund the war effort. There's a war going on outside. Fund the war effort. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait till them plastic cuffs is up on your wrist. Don't wait till you running down the street with the YNs on your back. Don't wait. It's too late. Yeah, don't wait till your kids are screaming, I hate you. You ain't my real daddy. Don't wait until it's too late. Like, check your anger. Get you some help. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, please book an assessment. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, book an assessment. Stop cutting up in front of everybody. Stop being the couple nobody want to invite anywhere. Not to the Thanksgiving, not to the Easter, not to the damn nothing. The gender reveals, the barbecues. Man, listen, get y'all act together. If you or anybody you know is in need of an intimate relationship abuse consultation, please book an assessment. Learn the warning signs, the behaviors that should alarm you. Characters and characteristics that should heighten your alertness. Man, people, places, events, man, situations, that should keep you on point. Yeah, have your awareness up. Yeah. Yes. Remember, with this information and life that you save could be your own. Salute, salute, salute. Yes. Ramadan Karim. Ah, yes. Yes. Y'all did it. Yeah, y'all did it. Yes, y'all did. Many blessings to those who fasted. Yes. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. Yes, peace in the nation, the gods of the earth, what's going on? Salute to my militant brethren. Let's get to it. How y'all doing? It's Sunday. Yeah, it's late. A lot of y'all up here don't have to go nowhere tomorrow. Yeah. Glad you come to class. Yes, glad y'all here. Now, check it. Somebody tag Miss Erykah Bartman. Yeah, tag her. Tell her to come to class, yo. She got some explaining to do. Yeah, grip a gate. Tag old Erykah. Yeah, she got to come to class. Tag Mariah Mills if you know her. If you don't, it ain't nothing special. But tag her anyway, y'all. We got to see what's going on up under them grippers. Yeah, tag her. Hummer stunting to get you everywhere around here. Yeah. So call her, tag her. Tell her come to class. Come on. While we at it, tag all of you people that like to get turned, people like to get lit, people that go out frequently, to the clubs, to the functions, to the parties, and like to, leave extra late at night and extra early in the morning, inebriated, tired, cat shit in your eye. Tag all them young and old folks that just don't understand how fragile life is. Yeah, so tag all them, the ones who like to drive and carry on. It's time that we mature. Okay? It is. And if they're not going to do it, you individuals, you students, right? You teachers, you educators in this class, yeah, we have to do it for ourselves to keep ourselves safe. Okay, so tag the Floridians. Yeah. Seems that they are, look, another, what? Pardon me, y'all, 4 injured in a clapping. Okay. It never fails, man. Never fails. Never fails. But tag them. Yeah, tag that party people. Yeah, tag them. And yeah, tag a white folk. Some white folk, any white folk you know. Tag somebody in a corporation. Tag an angel investor. Tag anybody that has anything to do with the operations, the business operations of this institution. Yeah, tag them, man, because we need to see exactly what took place since we've been here, and the misinformation, and the little breaks that they wanted to omit from specific history. I get a little bit tired of it because I'm tired of the generational wealth conversation. So it seems that, I have to touch on it every so often, again and again and again, because nobody, matter of fact, I'm gonna do it like this, okay? If anybody can give me one example of generational wealth that has been passed down for 3 generations, I'm not even gonna say 3 or more, 3 generations here in this corporation in North America. Generational wealth for 3 generations from one family, and that generational wealth has helped us towards our goal of liberation in any kind of way. I guarantee you, the next time the war effort is $500, I'll give it to you. I'll send it to you. Because I don't see it. I want to see it. And I've studied this a long time. From those who acquired riches through Hollywood, those who acquired riches in sports, those who acquired riches. What is going on with acquired riches by any means? I have not seen it passed down yet. Okay? So yeah, bring it on down. We're going to get into, what has been one of the premier tools used in separating us from wealth in this country, okay? That's what I want to talk about, all right? The patent, yeah, and the history associated with us during the same time that these things have been stamped. You dig? But first of all, we gotta see who's in class. It's already 10 minutes in. Ooh, it's gonna be a light class tonight. A lot of 55s is going out tomorrow. Let's see who in here. Uh-oh. Ken Williams, peace. What's going on? Cool KK. Ken Williams is first. Cool KK is second. And Tiara the Youngin. What up, T Green? Right there. That's what we talking about. Bernie's in the house. Gotta see you, Bernie. What up? Charles. What up, Charles? Yeah. Kenny's on the Holy Grail. What up? E. Blandon 55. E. Blandon 55. Coming back around here like that. Nehemiah Washington, much appreciation for funding the war effort before we even got on. Yes, you got the memo. You ain't got to be in class to fund the war effort. That don't go nowhere. That's on all day, every day, 24 hours. Man, 7 days a week. Much appreciation. Curly J. Salute, what's going on? Bushhead, what up? Brown girl, Professor Drea from Boston is up in here. Willie Betha, what up? The Grustler, the Global Hustler, cool, the bag of bones in the building. Talk your talk, cool, I see you. Geechee, what up? Dustfro 517, what up? Just another Geechee 55, dang it, yeah, another one. We see you. NF, NT. Salute, what's going on? George Johnson, Hawkeye 720, Uptown Trade, what up? As Beckles, London is in the building, what's going on? Way across the water. What up, Magic Little Brit? What's going on? We see y'all. Bionic Prince, what up? GB, what up? Gene. Ellie, Kimmy, we got first responders, Canada's up in the building. We see you, Mecca T, what up? Yeah, D Stu, what up? We see you, Merklo, what up? We see you. Who? Rowny, what's going on? Brandon 55. Yeah. What up, A Wood? What up? See Blaze the sniper. Get him, see Blaze. We see you. Mark Millen is up in here. Yeah. All right, Ronnie. Detroit. We see y'all. Detroit always making noise. Hey, we see y'all. Jew, what up, Jew? We see you. ACM, what up? G-Rock, what up? What up, South Central? What's good? Construction Site Media, TV. Yeah, D. Avery, what up? Marcy and we got the Colonel of Marcy. The Colonel, we got to hit him with the Benny Hill salute. The Colonel of Marcy up in here. What up, D. Avery? We see you. Yes. So listen, we're going to start because we got to get the solemn pieces up out of class early on, because you know how we get later. It was a tragedy last night that's kind of struck me and really hit me. Because while that was going on, we had a big automobile accident and I hate saying accident, but a vehicle collision in Brooklyn. Wasn't in our part of town. It was over there by the Bagel Meisters. Still, nonetheless, a mother and her children were pedestrians crossing, and they were subsequently taken out of here. They was taken off of the count by a woman allegedly driving reckless, since they want to always throw that out there, allegedly. But the kids was unalived. She was, the mother was unalived. And, I'm always in the whip, as y'all know, consistently. And y'all know one of my peeves is the fact that people do not drive with a sense of security, not only for themselves, but for other drivers. It just irks me. And I had to, not only therapy, but I had to consistently work in a space of my own rage when it comes to that, because I've been in a couple of accidents and I've been hit by vehicles myself and didn't know until I got the therapeutic work that was one of the catalysts, that was attached to me raging in the streets. And of course, as well as growing up in the projects and going through what I was going through. But I had a serious road rage. And I had to dig deep to find out, the cause of the triggers. And one was because I was hit by a vehicle when I was about 16, 17, crossing the street. The vehicle came out of nowhere. And at the very last minute, I jumped. That's what saved me. And it hit me in the ankles and ended up on a hood. And I could remember looking in to the windshield, and the driver was smoked out, a custy. And he just kept moving. I'm on the hood, and I'm like, is he going to stop? And then when he finally stopped and I slid off, I could recall him just looking and keeping it moving. Now, of course, I was radical. I was already in the streets. I got up, end up going to Brookdale. They did what they did, and I really thought nothing of it. Matter of fact, I think I still went to Union Square that night with a cane, limping and all that. But, after that, subsequent accidents happened. I had a drunk driver try to make a U-turn on Pennsylvania Avenue. I don't know what the hell he thought he was doing. He's coming south, I'm going north. He tries to make a U-turn, hits me. I hit into a fire hydrant. The whole engine ended up in my lap. Just weirdness. And every time it was always somebody drunk or not paying attention. And from that point, I had a serious road rage where, just the slightest bit of, driver unawareness, I'll chase you down. It was bad. So, being that now, pardon me, y'all, these citizen apps is crazy. Now that I'm, in a vehicle almost every day, going throughout the city, different boroughs and stuff, in the course of the work, I see it. I see it all the time. I see people running stop signs. I see people approaching stop signs as if they're not going to stop. I see people running red lights. I see people doing 40, 45 in school zones. Clearly, the signs is 20. It's it's a bit much. And I'm always either leaving a scene of a recent accident or actually witnessing one. So when that happened last night on the news, I was like, damn. You know, I could, you kind of formulate a picture in your mind of these women crossing the street, and I see it all the time. Kids just walking off into the street, headphones on. Yo, it's just annoying. Annoying. So when that happened last night, I was like, oh, damn. And once the Citizen app came through and I saw the streets, I was like, damn, that's over there near the Bagel Meisters. You know what I'm saying? That like that's big, and they are. Now I don't want to say factually why. You know, I don't know if it's because of the Sabbath and they're not supposed to use electricity and things of that nature, but they are notorious for just walking out into the street as if there's some type of shield on them, as if they have this privilege. And, you know, was neither here nor there. They lost the lives of these children. Now, as the night went on, in more social media, we getting this case out of Florida. Now, let's get to it real quick. Lake County, Florida. 3 women were unalived and 1 suffered critical injuries in a single vehicle crash in Lake County early Sunday, according to the Florida Highway Patrol. The crash occurred around 3:16 a.m. on State Road 19, south of St. Florine Lane. 30-year-old driver and her passengers, man, it was bad, right? The women, Tavia Pugh, Kay Lachey, and Kenesha Lewis. According to the crash report, a 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee was traveling northbound when its driver failed to negotiate a left-hand curve. An SUV ran off the road to the right. The vehicle was being driven by the 30-year-old Mount Dora woman and carried 3 passengers, a 32-year-old, 28-year-old, and a 26-year-old, all of Eustis. The Jeep struck a pole on the right shoulder and overturned several times, causing the driver and all 3 passengers to be ejected from the vehicle, according to the report. Troopers believe that none of the Jeep's occupants was wearing seat belts during the crash. The driver and one of the passengers was pronounced at the scene. The 2 remaining were taken to the hospital, one of whom has since been pronounced, while the other, the 26-year-old woman, is in critical condition. Now, prior to that news on social media, there's a vid of them. I guess they're going live and they got the bottles in the whip. They're doing all of the mannerisms of somebody who is turned and lit, and again, to each his own. To each his own. However, your behavior dictates a lot of the outcome. I always say, when you manifest what you believe in, there's an outcome. If you believe in partying and getting turned and then getting behind the wheel, yo, again, we don't own space, we don't own time. We don't own space, we don't own time. And life is fragile. Now we're in a space where we have seen the last 2 generations have damn near zero responsibility or accountability to themselves and to others. And their behaviors, the pattern of their behaviors dictated. It's all about getting turned. It's all about twerking. It's all about partying at every shot you get. It's all about drinking, drinking, drinking. This is where we at with it. This is where we at with it. And it is not only those who we would believe don't know better, the 18 to 21-year-old crowds who's just beginning to drink and experiment, being adults. Look at the ages we talking about now. This is the new set, the 25 to 26 to the 30-year-olds. Those videos, those clips is what was very, very disturbing to me because, again, I always say you never, ever know. You never, ever wake up knowing that this could be the day you meet your demise. So I would just encourage anyone, man, listen, they say it over and over again. We lived through decades of it. Don't drink and drive. Just don't do it. It's bad enough, I'm telling you, it's bad enough that when we're sober, we have to navigate people who don't drive, distracted driving, new drivers, scary drivers, elderly drivers. There's so much going on that when we in a space, I'm always making an attempt to figure out what be on people's mind. Serious. That's how I make specific judgment calls on who to bring into the circle and who not to. Because how you move lets me know how serious you are about life, about others' lives. Because when you move in a space where you're going to protect you, man, 8, 9 times out of 10, you're going to move in a space where you're going to protect me as well. You drinking, moving, you make video. Yo, the behaviors, man, that I see, that we witness, mind-boggling, yo. Mind-boggling. That is why there's so much interest in the woke community, the conscious community, because it seems to be fewer and fewer people who are that serious about wanting change, about living, right, out to our potential to be greater, because the predominant culture, the predominant behavior of the masses is this lackadaisical attitude towards life. And it's really bad for our people who really should be in the opposite space. In the video, I'm like, yo, they just were clueless. They just were clueless to what was to come. I don't get it. I don't get it. So, condolences to those families. Condolences. May the universe send some healing, some strength to them as they grieve. And let this be a very, very stern lesson. Because if you have individuals that feel today, tonight in Florida that y'all should go and turn up and drink and drive and come on. Come on, yo. It is so unnecessary. I don't, listen, and trust and believe, I'm far, far from being prude or stiff and no. I done had a time with the bottle. I done did all type of stuff under that naughty head. Yeah, but I knew one thing. I would never be behind the wheel. No, no, no. No, no, no. I would never have that hammer. Things that can cause other people harm when I'm not 1,000%. See, people are under the impression that holding your liquor, controlling their highs, is something that is really doable. Nah, man. No. Ain't no such thing. No such thing. You're high, you're drunk, you're buzzed, which means that you're not 1,000%. You're not 1,000%. And you jump in a machine. Now, reports are they was doing more than $1. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. The later you out is the more your body needs rest. I don't care if you're 1,000% sober, like many of the truckers are. Certain time of night, you out of it. You gotta pull over. So now you've been in a club, these women in a club or party or restaurant or bar, whatever, until 3 in the morning. Been drinking and carrying on. Not 1,000%. There's no way. But this seems to be, and I'm telling you, it's going on more and more. When there's more cars on the road, more inexperienced drivers on the road. I'm just asking our young people and our old people and anybody who, don't do it, man. Don't do it. The case in Florida, they happen to unalive themselves. Everything in New York so far, they taking other people out with them. And sometimes they make it. The majority of the time, they the ones who make it. Okay? So I want to get that up out of the way, man. Please, man. If y'all out there, man, not that getting lit, getting turned and all, do that in a home. On your Airbnb. Go in and stop driving. Stop positioning and partying. What is that? At some point, you got to grow up out of it, man. At some point, your life has to have more meaning. Like this is what you do. Not once, not twice, but this is the pattern. This is consistent among poor people, among people who claim they need reparations, among people who claiming that everything is going against them. But you got time to suck that bottle, dance and party and key and all that. Again, with your wigs and your makeup, and I don't see no purpose, no end result. I don't see the end result in that. That's going to, be positive, be progressive. Don't. That lifestyle, I don't see it. I've been there, I lived it. What glory days? What glory days? What party day? Listen, don't get me wrong. I know women that's been partying since the garage. partying since Bentleys and the Silver Shadow. They've been partying since '85. Ain't stopped yet. Same shit. Go to work, get paid on the 1st and the 15th, get their gears up, they got their little clothes, they go to after work parties, they go to party. Been doing that shit for years, decades. And still don't have shit. Nothing. Nothing. So not speaking as if we don't know what's going on. Let's just make an attempt to curb our people who, again, feel as if everything is okay. Because if that's what you doing, you don't have any other priorities. You good. You good. It's a mental health piece there, okay? So again, we send our condolences to those families, all right? And for real, y'all, let that be a lesson. Let it be a lesson, okay? Now, I want to get into the Erykah Badu. I really do. But that's not as lengthy because that and this Mariah Mills chick, we gonna get on now. Trust and believe, we gonna get on now. Yeah, we gonna set that straight because I don't know what y'all women. Well, I know not in this class. So this is for when you share this video and y'all make y'all little clips and all that. Don't know what black women especially are thinking about going up under the knife. Like letting somebody put some something in your ass. Like you need more than what you already got. That baffles me. That baffles me. The last thing black women need is extra ass. Y'all don't need no other extras, fats, silicones, lifts, nothing. Y'all don't need nothing else around that large behind y'all got at all. And I don't care if you're a size 2. If one thing black women got is some butt, y'all don't need no more booty flesh. However, it's been, all right, it's been a thing for a minute. So before we get into all that, I have to get into this segregation again, okay? We gotta get into it. We have to speak to it because, again, when people shoot, and I hope you're watching it, watching rather, you know what's going on with you know, with the vocals tonight. I hope you're watching Marlon, you know, and you know why I'm talking to East New York, because people always come at me with this generational wealth, you know, or be posting these individuals who are going viral on TikTok, or they're a pastor, or they some type of, you know, low budget, what was the old fathead name? Oh man, what's the fathead name who I was on his channel before? I was on his YouTube. They're supposed to be a financial economic whiz expert dude. You know, the fat head and the glasses and shit. You know, him and Dame Dash could compete. Yeah, boys. Thank you, Brown Girl. Yeah, boys. You know, these low budget boys, Watkins and all, talking about generational wealth, generational wealth. So, I hope y'all listening. Because 2 things that is for absolute certain. We will never acquire generational wealth under a system of capitalism that is racist at its core. Never that. Yeah, that in politics. we could forget that. But somehow they got y'all fooled. Okay? Yeah, moist, Rockers. That's right, G-Rock, moist. So, I need y'all to picture this. Just like we had class with the pure glass of water. Y'all remember that? How pure it was that we had to put doo-doo pellets in it? Yeah, and then take them out and see if y'all wanted to drink that water. I want you to get a clear picture of the history, not our story, history of what it was for us to be enslaved here, what they were doing, okay, as far as making sure that we would never acquire wealth, and what was actually going on, right? Because the television, the books in school, and Hollywood did a damn good job at making sure we didn't connect certain time periods with which was some of the worst times. Though these times today are slowly catching up, creeping up. They did an excellent job in that because, again, if you know the truth in its real time, you begin to plot. So you needed to be not only distracted, but led down different paths. And they still do it to this day. But I want y'all all to get a clear picture. Do you hear me now? I want you all to get a clear picture of what you believed chattel slavery was. Okay? From the 1780s and 90s until the Civil War. All that you've been taught, I want you to have a picture of what we look like. Now, if you're a historian and this has been your thing, you're a little bit ahead of the curve, but a lot of us really, and to be honest, for those who were raised to be more academic, right? People who were raised in science and mathematicians. I'm talking about you nurses and people who are in the mental health field and the dentists and all that, who really, really didn't like social studies and history, and then that wasn't their thing. A lot of people only have to rely on what we saw. And when we saw television shows like Roots, movies like Glory, and you know, if you was really an arts person like me, and you watching Mandingo and, you know, Thomasine and Bushrod and all that, you know, old movies and depictions, and you're studying different directors and writers, and, you know, you're in different books, right? What was ingrained in us was an ugly sight. Ugly when it came to us. And there wasn't a real true picture of it. We still cannot grasp the horrors of it, of going through that. And truly, truly understanding how diabolical these people were. It's truly divine evils. Then when you really look and understand and get a clear visual of it, you wouldn't want nothing to do with them at all. And you would be plotting every day. And the segregation wouldn't be as bad. Okay? So now, in this part here, I want you to understand it now, because we're going to be running through this quick. It's already midnight. I got a lot of pages. Yeah. Yeah. War effort, you know, I got a lot of pages. These pages cost money. The ink costs money. You know, printer, all that. I does my thing. Okay, I does my thing with this. So I got a lot of pages we're gonna run through, but I just want you to picture it as I'm reading. And I want you to really think about what you saw. And then try to make it make sense, connected. Connected. Okay? Now, I want to deal with patents. Because none of this, the technology we're using right now, right, as far as YouTube, this iPhone that I'm using, this light, everything here has a patent. And whoever owns the patent is the one who usually acquires all the wealth. Okay? They acquire the wealth. This is what this corporation has been doing for a long time. And I want you not only to understand the patent or the specific patents that I'm bringing to the table with the time. I want you to picture what were we doing. So you can get all that bullshit about generational wealth up out of your head. Okay? You are centuries away from it. Centuries away from it. Because you're still in a space where this land was taken, that these laws are shifting and changing every day, and you don't control any of it. And the only way for you to be able to ever acquire generational wealth is to get rid of these old phase. That's it. Ain't no sharing. They don't share. There's no equitable pieces in any of their contracts, nothing. They sit at the helm of it. Now, you could think you can debate that point if you want, but I know better. So let's start with the patent. Now, let's go after the Revolutionary War. Because again, when you're thinking of these times, you're looking back and you're saying, well, damn, they had patents back then? Yeah, they did. So let's start with the first one I want to start with. Right? Not the first patent, but the spot I want to start with. So you can get a good idea of how they didn't give a damn about you. They didn't think about you. They didn't think about your kids. They didn't think about your mama. Nothing. In 1792, the cracker was patented. Okay, 1792, we talking, man, let me count, 66 years before Lincoln even thought of Emancipation Proclamation. They already had crackers. Yeah, crackers. Damn it, a cracker is a type of biscuit that developed from military hardtack and nautical ship biscuits. Crackers are now usually eaten with soup or topped with cheese, caviar, or other delicacies. The holes in crackers are called docking holes as a means to stop air pockets from forming in the cracker while baking. Crackers trace their origin to the year 1792, when John Pearson of Newburyport, Massachusetts, hey brown girl, Massachusetts, invented a cracker-like bread product from just flour and water that he called pilot bread. Cracker. in 1792. 1792. Yeah. Your ass was what? Yeah, a slave. Mm-hmm. But they already patenting shit. They already patent the cracker. Okay? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. 1792. 1793. The cotton gin. The cotton gin is a machine that separates cotton fibers from seed pods and sometimes sticky seeds, a job previously done by hand, by slaves. Yeah, black hands, ashy hands. Yeah, these seeds are either used again to grow more cotton or if badly damaged, disposed of. The cotton gin uses a combination of a wire screen and small wire hooks to pull the cotton through the screen while brushers continuously move the loose cotton lint to prevent jams. In 1793, Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin and later received a patent on March 14th, 1794. Whitney's cotton gin could have possibly ignited a revolution in the cotton industry and the rise of King Cotton as the main cash crop in the South. However, it never made him rich. Instead of buying his machine, farmers built inferior versions of their own, which led to the increasing need for African American slave labor. Quiet as kept. Oh, Eli stole that idea too. Okay? Yeah, slave labor. But there were patents back then. So I want you to understand the language, the legalities that was in play, right? The terminology of where these euros, these OFAs were sitting on certain purchase. Patent. Your ass was a slave. You understand? Not all of us, though. And we're going to get to that, too. I don't want you to believe that, okay? Yeah. Let's continue. Because listen to what years I'm talking about. When they did have supposed white folk that gave a damn about whether or not you were still on a plantation, you're talking Reconstruction. Right? Let's go. 1801, suspension bridge. A suspension bridge is a type of bridge in which the deck, the load-bearing portion, is hung below suspension cables on vertical suspenders that carry the weight of the deck below upon which traffic crosses. Primitive in their earliest form, the ancestor to what is now considered a suspension bridge, the simple suspension bridge, was developed sometime around 2000 BC in China and India, relying upon ropes thrown across a narrow gorge or river from which people could hang as they crawled across. With the extreme danger of swinging back and forth, these simple suspension bridges were deemed impractical, as horses, as well as carriages, later found it difficult to maneuver across their wooden planks. The world's first suspension bridge in a modern sense, the Jacob Creek Bridge, at approximately 70 feet in length, was invented by James Finley of Uniontown, Pennsylvania in 1801, who designed vertical towers to elevate the curved iron cables and to stiffen trusses in order to make the deck of bridges architecturally sound for passing travelers. So they had crackers, cotton gins, and bridges 60 years before your ass was even thought of being emancipated. Okay? Now, these are technological wonders, but they couldn't find decency in their hearts to stop slavery. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you get it? And slavery was brutal. Brutal. So this is on their higher intellectual side. Okay? Their other side of the brain that is highly deformed and retarded allowed the brutality of slavery. Because if you can eat a cracker, if you can make a cotton gin, if you can make a suspension bridge, you mean to tell me you can't figure out a way to be at peace with other human beings? Because mind you, in the mix of all this, you got wars going on. They're slaughtering us who are here, indigenous to this part of the planet. So you got crackers, we got suspension bridges, we got the cotton gin. In 1801, you know what else they had a patent for? A fire hydrant. A fire hydrant is an active fire protection measure and a source of water provided in most urban, suburban, and rural areas with municipal water service to enable firefighters to tap into the municipal water supply to assist in extinguishing a fire. Before the existence of fire hydrants, a primitive fire suppression system known as fire plugs consisted of burying a wooden water pipe, often no more than a hollowed out log, along the streets for teams of bucket brigades to form and fight fires. Wooden pegs would then need to be hammered over fire plugs in order to stop the flow of water. The invention of a post or pillar type fire hydrant is generally credited to Frederick Graff Sr., chief engineer of the Philadelphia Water Works around the year 1801. It had a combination hose faucet outlet and was of wet barrel design with the valve in the top. It is said that Graff held the first patent for a fire hydrant, but this cannot be verified due to the fact that the patent office in Washington, D.C. was burned to the ground in 1836, where all patent records from that time period were destroyed in the process. 1836, your ass is still a slave. Legally. So they got fire hydrants, they got crackers, they got cotton gins, they got bridges. But when they show you roots, when they show you habit, your ass ain't got on no shoes. You dressed in rags. Your head is down. You're shuffling. Yes, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Right? Oh, like, could be good nigga, sir. Could be good nigga. You see what I'm saying? When they distort facts, let's continue. 1806, a coffee percolator. A coffee percolator is a type of pot used to brew coffee. 1806, a patent for a coffee percolator. Your ass was still getting whooped. I want you to understand that in the English language, that in the institution of this corporation called the United States of America, they had patents. They had white men. They had businessmen. They had corporations and patents for a coffee percolator. What was you doing in 1806? Okay. In this case of coffee brewing, the solvent is water. The permeable substance is the coffee grounds, and the soluble constituents are the chemical compounds that give coffee its color, taste, and aroma. In 1806, Benjamin Thompson Rumford invented the percolating coffee pot with a metal sieve to strain away the grounds. Coffee pots. Are y'all not entertained? Now, I want you to have this picture now of what a home looks like for a slave owner, for a plantation owner. I mean, they have the finest of if anything is of use, of invention, of comfort, because, you know, before they made ottomans and shit, they used to use little black kids before the invention of an ottoman, where they put their feet up. They put their feet up on the backs of little black toddlers for comfort. So the amenities of comfort, like crackers and coffee percolators, and as we see now, yeah, bridges and the such, you know, we didn't see any of that. You seen a coffee percolator and Roots? But you do know the timeline of Roots. You seen a coffee percolator and Gone with the Wind, but you know the timeline of Gone with the Wind. Huh? You seen a coffee percolator in Mandingo? But this is the image. This is Hollywood. These are the books you read. Huckleberry Finn and all that. You understand how how you view yourself and how you view your enemy can stall you, can cause you to hesitate to have some type of empathy for their issues? Let's continue, damn it. I want you to understand something. Your ass ain't having on no shoes, no belts, nothing. If we're believing Hollywood, if we're believing what we see on TV, if we're believing what we read, we ain't seen no photographs. It's funny that they got still pictures and photographs of all this patented shit, but they couldn't show you a nigga slave. You only see drawings, right? Eric Brown, much appreciation for the super chat. Let's continue. Because shit, we ain't nowhere near the Civil War yet. So I want y'all to understand that shit. 1827. This going to tickle your ass. 1827. The detachable collar. Yeah, you heard me. The detachable collar. A detachable collar is a collar separate from the shirt, fastened to the shirt by studs. Hannah Lord Montague invented the detachable collar in Troy, New York in 1827 after she snipped the collar off of one of her husband's shirts to wash it and then sewed it back on. 1827. Your ass was a slave. They got detachable collars and coffee percolators and shit. I ain't seen a slave in a button-up shirt until Django. How about you? How about you? Let me think. Did Chicken George have on the collar? Did Fiddler have on the collar? I gotta think. I don't know if them shits was collars. I want you to, okay? Especially you voters, you Democrats, you Republicans, you people who believe in democracy so hard and think it means something to these damn warmongers, these beasts. Detachable collars, 1827. Let's continue, Bliz. Let's continue, because they still not getting the picture. They still think these white folk gonna believe them. They still thinking Jasmine Crockett and Hakeem Jeffries and all this other weird shit is going to lead them to some type of salvation, to some type of liberation, or some cohesion with these divine evils. You were getting whooped. 1831. This is a who? 1831. What they got now, Bliz? I could hear y'all saying, what's the next patent, Bliz? 1831. Yeah, still about 25 years away from the Civil War and emancipation. 1831, the electric doorbell. A doorbell is a signaling device commonly found near a door. It commonly emits a ringing sound to alert the occupant of the building to a visitor's presence. The electric doorbell was invented by John Joseph Henry in 1831. Yeah, let's continue. Because right after the doorbell in 1833, the sewing machine, lock and stitch. Most modern sewing machines use the lock stitch technique of sewing invented by Walter Hunt, which consists of two threads, an upper and a lower. The upper thread runs from a spool kept on a spindle on top of or next to the machine through a tension mechanism, a take-up arm, and finally through the hole of the needle. The lower thread is wound onto a bobbin, which is inserted into a case in the lower section of the machine. Walter Hunt invented the first lock-stitch sewing machine in 1833. Hunt lost interest and did not patent his invention. In 1846, Elias Howe secured a patent on an original lock-stitch machine and failed to manufacture and market it. Sewing machines, 1833. Your ass was still a slave. A slave. A lot of patents going on, a lot of inventing going on. A lot. Nobody thought to let these Africans, these melanated people, leave them be. I mean, this is what was said in their Bill of Rights. I mean, this is what was said in their constitutions, and all. What happened? Declarations of independence, no, none of that has to do with you. But your leaders, right, your intellectuals, your news correspondents, your pundits, your political theorists, they all fold when it comes to having a concept to get the hell away from these people. Their intelligence just escapes them. They can't have the thought of saying we could do it without these old phase. That just doesn't happen. It's a little glitch, a little short circuit. You understand? 1839, the sleeping car. The sleeping car is a sleeper, or a sleeper is a railroad passenger car that can accommodate passengers in beds, primarily to make nighttime travel more restful, which is very confusing to me because with so many slaves being brutalized, how the hell come they ain't jumped their ass in a sleeping car? I'm scratching my head on that one, 1839. Damn. Sleeping car. The first such cars saw sporadic use on American railroads in the 1830s and could be configured for coach seating during the day. The pioneer of this new mode of traveling transcontinental was the Cumberland Valley Railroad, which introduced service of the first sleeping car in the spring of 1939. The sleeping car did not become commercially practical until 1857 when George Pullman invented the Pullman sleeping car. 1857, still a slave. Y'all having fun? Are y'all having fun yet? Huh? Y'all having fun? Yeah, I hope y'all having fun. I hope you're getting a clear picture. Yeah, I hope there's something brewing and building up in your chest. That's called trigger. Yeah, PTSD, trauma. It's building because you're realizing some things here. Yeah. Yeah. Build it up, damn it. Also, in 1839, Morse code. God damn it. Woo! See how technical? See how technologically sound these people were? Morse code is a type of character encoding that transmits telegraphic information using rhythm. Morse code uses a standardized sequence of short and long elements to represent these letters, numerals, punctuation, and special characters of a given message. After many years of development, an electrical telegraph came to exclusively refer to a signaling telegram as an operator makes and breaks an electrical contact with a telegraph key, resulting in an audible signal at the other end produced by a telegraph sounder, which is interpreted and transcribed by the operator. But they couldn't Morse code freedom? Freedom? Let the niggas go? Leave them alone? Huh? When they show you Morse code in Hollywood, they usually showing it to you when you see them in World War I, spying on the Allies and on the Nazis and you don't show you this shit as pre-Civil War, Korean War, right? You cannot visualize the true timeline of this. So you're going to visualize it tonight, though. The short and long elements are formed by sounds, marks, or pulses in an off-keying and are commonly known as dots and dashes or dits and das. In 1832, Alfred Vail, in collaboration with Samuel Morse, began the process of co-inventing the Morse code signaling alphabet. Ah, damn it. And where was you? Still a damn slave with no shoes, with no socks. Never seen a slave with drawers. Never. Never. When master wanted access to them grippers, you better not have nothing on but that damn little raggedy ass rags that you got and that little string of a belt. Okay? Let's see what else happened in the late 1830s. 1840, an ice cream maker is a machine used to make small quantities of ice cream at home. The machine may stir the mixture by hand cranking or with an electric motor and may chill the ice cream by using a freezing mixture, by pre-cooling the machine in a freezer, or by the machine itself refrigerating the mixture. An ice cream maker must freeze the mixture and must simultaneously stir or churn it to prevent the formation of ice crystals and accelerate it to produce smooth and creamy ice cream. In 1843, New England housewife Nancy Johnson invented the hand-cranked ice cream churn. She patented her invention but lacked the resources to make and market it herself. Johnson sold the patent for $200 to a Philadelphia kitchen wholesaler. By 1847, made enough ice cream makers to satisfy the high demand. From 1847 to 1877, more than 70 improvements to ice makers were patented. Still a slave. Still a slave. Yeah. 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 I don't know about y'all, but this blew my mind. This blew my mind. This surely surprised me. Everything else, but this shit here really surprised me. Okay? 1849, the jackhammer. A jackhammer, also known as a pneumatic hammer, is a portable percussive drill powered by compressed air. It is used to drill rock and break up concrete pavement. Among other applications, it jabs with its bit, not rotating it. A jackhammer operates by driving an internal hammer up and down. The hammer is first driven down to strike the back of the bit and then back up to return the hammer to the original position to repeat the cycle. The earliest form of a jackhammer, a percussion drill, was invented in 1848 and patented in 1849. Yeah, by Jonathan J. Couch of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Still a slave. I mean, jackhammers. You seen them use a jackhammer in Roots. You seen them use a jackhammer in Harriet. They told Django, friend Steven told Django, you gonna be busting rocks for the rest of your life, right? At what plantation? Come on, y'all. Come on. No, it wasn't even a plantation. What was that? Come on, y'all. Help me out here. Winn-Dixie? What was it? Winn-Dixie? What was it? Because they cut your tongue out. You won't bleed out. Yeah. They got jackhammers. But they had slaves breaking rocks. Not Candyland. Candyland was where he was at. Where they was going to send him. Yeah, because friend Steven said, nah, we're going to send you to, yeah. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah. Yeah. And that will be the end of you, Django. Right? And he was going to break rocks. Yeah. But they had jackhammers, air compression. Still had people in the cotton fields. Still from sunup to sundown. Selling families, generations of folk. Let's continue. Women. Let's see, it's 107 people. See, if I was talking bullshit, we probably have about 200 in there. But we're going to continue. Women, all my ladies in the building, all my women, my black women in the building. Give me some purple hearts. Give me some purple hearts, because I guarantee you this shit blows your mind. Let's go. Give me some purple hearts. Give me some purple hearts. It's 12:38. You ain't that damn tired, damn it. Y'all been drinking that wine. Y'all been drinking that wine. Some of y'all laying in bed right now, just thinking about, oh, damn, he's such an intelligent man. Yeah, come on, damn it. Y'all ain't sleep. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. I want you to know what they invented while you were still a slave, black woman. Beautiful. 1854, a breast pump is a mechanical device that extracts milk from the breast of a lactating woman. Breast pumps may be manual devices powered by hand or foot movements, or electrical devices powered by mains, electricity, or batteries. The first breast pump was patented by O.H. Needham on June 20th, 1854. Breast pump, 1854. You still a slave, breastfeeding Sarah's little picking babies. Breastfeeding Miss Mary's babies. Slave. Yeah. But they were patenting breast pumps. They have this whole thing figured out. Institution, business, scientists, patents, inventors. All this is going on. Right? Last but not least, because I want to keep this pre-Civil War, pre any discussions of them, freeing black folk, even though the discussion was there, man, since the 1700s. This is not no new shit. It's always been a back and forth wondering, because they really didn't believe that it would work, that it would have the legs that it would have in order to sustain themselves. Remember, Philadelphia, right? These people were Puritans and stuff. But you had these old Anglos, you had these old, Whiggers, you had these derelict individuals of human beings who wanted to keep their foot, on our backs, to make sure that we would never be in an equitable space. Though many of y'all still believe that if you could have good credit, if you have some money in the bank and a clean suit, that white folk would love you. Don't you? Yeah, I hope you get that shit out your head tonight. Let's go. 1857. Still a slave. Toilet paper, mass-produced and rolled. Toilet paper is a soft paper product, tissue paper, used to maintain personal hygiene after human defecation, or urination. However, it can also be used for other purposes such as absorbing spillages or craft projects. Toilet paper in different forms has been used for centuries, namely in China. The ancient Greeks used clay and stone, nasty bastards. The Romans used sponges and salt water. But the idea of a commercial product designed solely to wipe a person's buttocks was by New York City entrepreneur Joseph Gayeti, who in 1857 invented aloe-infused sheets of manila hemp dispensed from Kleenex-like boxes. However, Gayeti's toilet paper was a failure for several reasons. Americans soon grew accustomed to wiping with the Sears Roebuck catalog. They saw no need to spend money on toilet paper when catalogs for their use came in the mail for free, and because during the 19th century, it was a social taboo to openly discuss bathroom hygiene with others. Toilet paper took its next leap forward in 1890. When two brothers named Clarence and E. Irvin Scott of the Scott Paper Company co-invented rolled toilet paper. 1857, you were still a slave. And if white folk wasn't using toilet paper, what do you think they allowed the slaves to use? I'll wait. So we found one of these nasty ass Euros. Whatever they say, go. You mean tell me in 1857 you wasn't washing and wiping your ass? But you still love these people. You still want to vote. You still want to claim citizenship. You still want to do all this shit that they tell you do. You still want to work for Fortune 500 companies. You still want generational wealth. You still believe in capitalism to this degree. Now, if you think I'm playing, well, I'm saying that you had to wait for their approval for everything. Let's get to the real shit, okay? Because while they was making patents and all that since the 1700s, while they were spearheading and leading the charge and keeping a foot on your ass, there's some shenanigans was going on. Yeah. Because we do know for an absolute fact that they had free melanated people running around. Free melanated people that had businesses. Free melanated people that owned slaves. Free melanated people that had white slaves too. But they don't highlight that. That's something that you have to take up on your own research and then catch up, and then you and I could build about it. Okay? But people want to know, damn, Bliz, how come they were able to patent and do all that and we were just right here? What was really going on? Let's find out. Passed on September 18th, 1850, let's see, the same year around the jackhammer. Congress passed the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850. It was part of the Compromise of 1850. The act required that slaves be returned to their owners even if they were in a free state. The act also made the federal government responsible for finding, returning, and trying escaped slaves. Jackhammer. Now jackhammer was one of the last patents that we went through. We had the breast pump and the jackhammer. Fugitive Slave Act. Okay? So while they are industrializing, while they are growing as a nation, they're passing fugitive slave acts. I wonder why some slaves must have been getting to that goddamn steam engine in them sleeper cars, getting the hell up out of there. Something had to be happening. They don't tell you that. Section 1 of the Fugitive Slave Act, be it enacted by the state and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled. That shit like that bothers me. When y'all look and thought Kamala was going to do something, Hakeem Jeffries going to do something, these mayors, these governors, y'all really think they're going to do something? They sit in these seats. That the persons who have been or may hereafter be appointed commissioners in virtue of any act of Congress by the circuit courts of the United States, and who, in consequence of such appointment, are authorized to exercise the powers that any justice of the peace or other magistrate of any of the United States may exercise in respect to offenders for any crime or offense against the United States by arresting, imprisoning, or bailing the same under and by the virtue of the 33rd section of the Act of the 24th of September, 1789, entitled An Act to establish the judicial courts of the United States, shall be and are hereby authorized and required to exercise and discharge all the powers and duties conferred by this act. Man. Don't sit there stunned. You better talk about it in the chat. Don't act stunned. This is the future. This is everybody that's included. Congress, representatives. Congress and representatives that's supposed to represent the people, of which your ass wasn't part of. Even and after all this, by the Dred Scott decision. Y'all think they fuck with y'all? Y'all think that these people care about what you got going on? That you worried about segregation and separating from these people? Or you too drunk, you too turned, you too lit to understand what's going on? You so caught up in being, yo, now we got to get this wealth. You really think you're going to acquire? And then what you going to do with it? We've had some wealthy people. They ain't built a school, hospital, nothing. Army, police force, nothing. A damn nothing. I'll be trying to be real calm here. I'll be really trying to be real calm here. But people think that I'm a slow leak. Y'all be sending me shit that make me scratch my head like, what the hell am I doing here every night? Can't nobody on this shit touch me. We gonna continue. Let's continue, because you're gonna understand what they think of you in plain English. Damn, that little shit y'all see. You think Karens just happen? That's inbred. That's an inert hate for you. That is taught. That is a conditioning that they have as a people. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Y'all gonna learn today, damn it. Let's continue. Yeah, because y'all think this is a game. Y'all really do. Joel Torres, I see that. Much appreciation for the info. Salute. Pennsylvania. Atlantic and Miller, huh? Damn. Let's go. As the years pass, many of legal rights first-generation Africans may have had were lost. As slaves in court, their testimony was inadmissible in any litigation involving whites. Even if attacked, they could not strike a white person. How did we get there? And this is early on. So that means when these people came from Caucasus Mountains, from Europe, from the caves, from wherever they was at, you know, King Arthur and his married men and all this other weirdness shit, and they got to the shores amongst themselves in their language. They established these institutions, the courts and masonry and this and weirdness and all that, and amongst themselves said they are ours, or we get rid of them. So, knowing that we were scientists, astrologers, doctors, kings, generals, that we weren't slaves, they created a system in which that if we chose to be a part of, that's the only way we was gonna come in at. You coming in at the bottom. Okay? Okay. The institution of chattel slavery in America was based on the underlying premise that slaves were property, not persons, and that the law must protect not only the property, but also the property owner from the danger of violence. Following the Stonewall Rebellion in 1769, slave codes in South Carolina and other southern colonies became even more restrictive. There were numerous restrictions to enforce social control. Slaves could not be away from their owners' premises without permission. They could not assemble unless a white person was present. They could not own firearms. They could not be taught to read or write or transmit or possess inflammatory literature. Do you hear me? How do we get there? 1769, how do we get there? So they already had weapons and were scared. That why would we use weapons against you if you were not being brutal, if you were being true and just in your contracts or agreements or treaties? There were also punishments and social customs used to enforce the complete, at least the hoped for complete submission of Africans to involuntary servitude, punishments including whipping, branding, and imprisonment, but rarely death, since death would mean loss of property to the slaveholder. Death was only a punishment for Negro acts of extreme violence toward white people or rebellion. Now, why in 2025 would anybody want to have anything to do with an Ofe? an establishment of an oath, an institution of an oath. I don't know. For the 17th century slave in Virginia, for the 17th century slave in Virginia, disputes with a master could be brought before a court for judgment. With the slave codes of 1705, this no longer was the case. A slave owner who sought to break the most rebellious of slaves could now do so, knowing any punishment he inflicted, including death, would not result in even the slightest reprimand. 1705 Law of Virginia. All codes also had sections regulating free blacks who, although free, were still subject to controls on their movements and employment. Where are you getting generational wealth? Where are you getting generational wealth, Negro? Okay. I want to know. In 1750, Georgia was the last British North American colony to legalize slavery. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure it out because I keep hearing it. They keep dangling the carrot in front of your face, and you, like a dumbass mule, keep going for it. Every time somebody say, you can acquire wealth, you get to... That shit sounds stupid. It's ignorant and dumb at this point. That you're gonna keep getting whooped and beat and taxed. Shit is dumb. Let's continue with how they were able to make patents and get wealthy without, paying any type of true tax or reparations to those who they harmed in the creating of these inventions. Whereas the teaching of slaves to read and write has a tendency to excite dissatisfaction in their minds and to produce insurrection or rebellion to the manifest injury of the citizens of this state. This happens to be what was law in North Carolina. Be it enacted by the General Assembly of the state of North Carolina, and it hereby enacted by the authority of the same, that any free person who shall hereafter teach or attempt to teach any slave within this state to read or write, the use of figures accepted shall be liable to indictment in any court of record in the state having jurisdiction thereof, and upon conviction shall, at the discretion of the court, if a white man or woman, be fined not less than $100, nor more than $200, or imprisoned, and if a free person of color shall be whipped at the discretion of the court, not exceeding 39 lashes, nor less than 20 lashes, to teach somebody how to read. Yeah. So not only was there, let's get it right, escaped slave codes, right? Yeah, let's get the slave code and, right? You got the Fugitive Slave Act, and you can't read, So how you gonna patent some shit? No, how you gonna patent some shit? Yeah, okay. Just like you need a team of lawyers to really read a contract. and you still ain't reading it. You got 78 pages on the contract. You need 4 lawyers to read that. You don't read it. You can't read it, right? Okay. But your ass you gonna get generational wealth, right? You gonna sell hats and get generational wealth, right? Yeah, I know. Niggas telling you that shit. Yeah, okay. Let's continue. Between 1740 and 1834, when they were making cotton gins and ice creams and Morse code and all that beautifulness. Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, North and South Carolina, and Virginia all passed anti-literacy laws. South Carolina passed a law first which prohibited teaching slaves to read and write, punishable by a fine of £100 and 6 months in prison via an amendment to its 1739 Negro Act. Some slave owners blamed abolitionists for the supposed need for anti-slavery laws. For example, South Carolina's James H. Hammond, an ardent pro-slavery ideologue, wrote in a letter written in 1845 to the British abolitionist Thomas Clarkson, I can tell you, it was the abolition agitation. If the slave is not allowed to read his Bible, the sin rests upon the abolitionists, for they stand prepared to furnish him with a key to it, which would make it not a book of hope and love and peace, but of despair, hatred, and blood, which would convert the reader not into a Christian, but a demon. Allow our slaves to read your writings, stimulating them to cut our throats. Can you believe us to be such unspeakable fools? Yeah, in other words, your abolitionist is trying to teach them how to properly read the Bible. And if they properly read the Bible, they will begin to believe that they are not slaves. And as soon as you was afforded reading rights, oh yeah, they changed the Bible up and took a whole lot out of it. So therefore, you could keep that tainted bullshit. So again, people who didn't want you to read, people who had fugitive slave codes and acts in their constitution, which is still in there, by the way. Yeah. All these people are going to give you some type of equity. Yeah, you going to have equity stake here? Yeah, okay. Y'all better wake the hell up. Yeah. Significant anti-black laws include 1829. Georgia prohibited teaching blacks to read, punished by fine and imprisonment. 1830, Louisiana, North Carolina passes laws punishing anyone teaching blacks to read with fines, imprisonment, or floggings. 1832, Alabama and Virginia prohibited whites from teaching blacks to read or write, punished by fines and floggings. 1833, Georgia prohibited blacks from working in reading or writing jobs via an employment law and prohibited teaching blacks, punished by fines and whippings. 1847, Missouri prohibited assembling or teaching slaves to read or write. Mississippi law requires a white person to serve up to a year in prison as penalty for teaching a slave to read, yet they were patenting percolators, snap-off and on collars, and shit like that. Okay. A 19th century Virginia law specified every assemblage of Negroes for the purpose of instruction in reading and writing, or in the night time for any purpose, shall be an unlawful assembly. Any justice may issue his warrant to any office or other person requiring him to enter any place where such assemblage may be, and seize any Negro therein, and he or any other justice may order such Negro to be punished with stripes. But you good niggas want to still pledge allegiance and talk about who running for who running for mayor, who running for governor. Did you hear what Trump is doing? Did you hear about the Board of Education? Did you hear about all this other weird shit that y'all think that y'all ain't got nothing to do with you? You're not a factor until you wield some power, self-thought, determination, and arms. AME, Bishop William Henry Hurd remembered from his enslaved childhood in Georgia that any slave caught writing suffered the penalty of having his forefinger cut from his right hand. Other formerly enslaved people had similar memories of disfigurement and severe punishments for reading and writing. Now, when I grew up, I seen a lot of elders, a lot of people, great-grandfathers and grandmothers with fingers, digits missing. I always wondered, why all these old people always got why is that a thing? They never told us that they was getting their shit cut or beat or smashed because they were learning to read and write. They didn't pass that information down. They didn't pass that information down, though they should have. Is the picture clear for y'all yet? Because I don't want to have this class anymore. I don't want nobody to check my square on generational wealth. Y'all don't have shit. You're never going to have shit here. You're not owning anything here. This has been a takeover by criminals, Pedialites, divine evil worshipers. This is what this is. It was a stick up. If you're not willing to stick up nothing, miss me with the bullshit. You will only be a custodian for white folk. That's it. So when they speak segregation, applaud it. Applaud it. And know that you will have to be responsible for yourself and to yourselves. Okay? If they are threatening to defund the Smithsonian Black Museum, get your asses online and download everything that's in there. This is the technological age. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? If this is a threat, it's like the curriculum, it's like they was doing in Florida, teach your own. Stop running around in the clubs getting turned up and drunk. Download information that you deem important enough to teach your kids. The hell are we doing here? You're too counterproductive, counter-revolutionary, too reactionary. What is this? That's what they're doing to the Smithsonian? Then make a TikTok and tell everybody to start downloading all the information from the Smithsonian. What are we doing here? And that don't cost you nothing but time. Okay. Now let's get on to this Erykah Badu. Miss Badu. And people are up in arms about her I guess her costume that she had when she went to get her Icon Woman Award from Billboard. I seen it. I saw some of the performance. Now, the conversation is, was she mocking the BBL community? Or was she throwing shots, not smart shots, at who Sarah Bartman was? She hasn't made a statement on it, but I believe that she was taking shots at the BBL community. Okay? Because she was someone who never really showcased her body, which is why when she did, and she was thick and had a whole bunch of ample hiney, it was such a whoa, right? Right? So she probably was throwing jabs at it because we're all very, very exhausted by the whole idea of it. Okay? We also have to understand that she's in the whip as well. I don't want y'all to ever believe that people who claim conscious and woke and, any gods out there, peace gods and peace to the earth, that they not in the whip. Anybody who's been getting money from the entertainment industry for over 2 decades, they're in the whip. That video was Grippergate. Yeah, window seat was Grippergate. You seen her entire hiney, and for what? The song and the concept of the video, okay, was clearly enough to assure that the song was going to be a hit. We didn't have to see that hiney. And subsequently after that, she let it be known how much a tail she was dragging around. Yes, she was. And was no complaints at all. But I damn sure want you to know that she's in the whip. Okay? Yes. And don't ever be surprised. Remember, maybe some of y'all forgot that she did that very extreme S&M type video with them Ofe boys that included blood and her nude. That was a Grippergate video. Okay? That shit might have slid up under your belt, not mine. She's in the whip. Okay? So now, I doubt, even though people were saying that, in the image of it and being that she was hooded, that she appeared to be similar to Sarah Bartman, and the, way that they treated her, right? I know she's a little bit more brighter than that. I'm going to sit there and say, yeah, nah. She was poking fun at the BBLs because it's out of control. It has been. Which, again, not ironically, somebody who has a terrible BBL is going viral. Whoever, this Mariah Mills girl who at one time had claimed she had, a romantic X tape with Zion Williamson, the young dud of an NBA player, the bust, as if we cared. Now, she was seen purposefully, and I know it's purposely because I did my research, and her new IG page, all these are set up videos. You dig what I'm saying? Clout chasing videos, thirst traps for whoever is liking that lumpy, excuse me, inflatable tail there. I don't get it at all. However, since she got a lot of backlash from it and people was calling her out, she made a response video saying that she never went under the knife. So I had to go back. Because really, I don't know a lot of these women. These new age women who are blowing up on social media, OnlyFans, but she was definitely not in the radar. However, I went back to about 2013, 2014, 2015, when she first went under the knife. And it was a smooth little bubble till now, to this shit that looked like a bag of potatoes, and you trying to say, come on, sweetie, stop. Stop. You got an inflatable mattress in your behind. Yeah. Oh, in a tube butt. Come on, ain't nobody believing that you didn't go under the knife, Missy. Stop that. Stop. So this is what Erykah Bartman is clowning and trolling, because nobody, and to, again, paraphrase her, just gain weight. When you gain weight, you don't know, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Nobody gains weight that unevenly, okay? If you gain weight, you gain weight. That's one thing. And I've seen women with good BBLs gain weight. Yours ain't it, ma. Who are you playing with? So you only gain weight in your ass? That's it? Not in your thigh, not in your calf, not in your waist, not in your face. You only gain weight in your buttocks. And it's not an evenly distributed weight. So you mean to tell me that you gain 12 pounds in your left cheek and 17 pounds in your right cheek? That's what you want people to believe. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. However, and I'm going to say this as a disclaimer, if you are, or if she is mentally ill and has some type of undiagnosed ailment, right, Drea? We need to know this, Professor, because there's delusions that come about through some type of childhood trauma where she may have been abused or assaulted, and because of that, she's in another space where she, again, like many of them, attempt to reclaim their essence, their sexuality, and being overtly sexual gives them some type of balance. And they believe that they're beautiful. Okay? Because there ain't nothing but beautiful about that, ma. No. And we don't believe it's natural. It look like somebody took some yucca and put your yuccas up in your butt. All in your cheeks. No, we're not studying that. No. And black women need to understand that's the reality. Okay, that's the average for women who go up under that knife who really don't have to. I'm telling black women struggle with weight and losing weight with their hips and their behind. You crazy? Every black woman, damn near, got a nice, some type of nice little rump. Something. The hell y'all going up under the knife for? And it don't matter. We've had this discussion before in class. It don't matter. Really don't. Really don't. If it matters to a dude to that degree, yeah, he's a cornball. 9 times out of 10, he's some simp. 9 times out of 10, he's some damn weirdo. Definitely. Definitely. What's going on up in here with him is definitely off. Definitely off. And I can go through years and decades, woman after woman, of all different body shapes and sizes, who everybody thought at one point was the most beautifulest girl in the world. And ain't had no type of BBL, nothing. Could do it. I could go from, man, I'm an older dude, so I can go all the way back. But if you want to start current into the 80s, Jasmine Guy had none of that. Lisa Bonet had none of that. Jada Pinkett had none of that. None of them had none of them was super thick at all. None of them. And they would have got anybody. None of them. Vivica, who changed up now, she had none of that, and this none of that. None of these girls was super voluptuous and thick and all that. No. 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 Was it? Yeah, you true. A few of them got it now. Kim didn't have none of that. Yeah, none of that. Y'all allowed somebody's imagination, like the white man, I keep telling y'all, he's a figment of his own imagination. And then when you fall into his own ideas, you become the victim of a figment of somebody else's imagination. Okay? So when they tell you that shit, Sally Richardson had a little bit more than them. Sally Richardson there was a few who were at least 8/10s. Or what Biz said, she had 9-10 pants and a very big bra. Some of them had a little something. Sally Richardson had a little something. What was this other? Oh man, the mother from. Oh my goodness. Damn it. Zaria. What is the name of that show with Robert Townsend? The mother, she was bad. She was a little bit thicker than the rest of them. And they always hit her. If you had a shape, Parenthood. If you had a shape, what's her name? Suzanne Douglas? What's that her name? If you had a shape, they downplayed it. They didn't want black women to show that. Didn't, because they knew nobody else could compete. Once they started with that, yeah, it was Suzanne Douglas, right? No doubt, Vet. Thank you. Much appreciation. Yeah. Pam was voluptuous. Pam was big. Jane Kennedy had some size. Definitely, Thelma, we Bernadette Stannis, yeah. Okay. Right, Diana Carroll did. None of them. The majority didn't. right? Majority didn't. Free the pain, and a lot of them didn't. But again, whenever it came in, and I'm gonna have to say, Luke dancers played a lot into that. And J-Lo played into it. Once they made it a thing, then they allowed black women to be showcased. Okay? But again, natural black women set the pace. When natural black women were in porn and they started mixing and doing all type of weirdness, right? Interracial porn, and black women became the stars of that. That was it. White women started getting surgeries or stopped starving themselves to be able to compete with that, and then they started pushing it. BBLs, BBLs, BBLs. It got crazy. It got crazy. Excuse me. Yeah. But natural is it. Ain't nobody sleeping with that. You want to sleep and go, you can't be around that. However, we know it's there. I know it's there. Dudes know it's there. Women know it's there. And it looks crazy. It looked crazy. Okay? So that's why it went viral today. And she had to respond to it because you know it looked crazy. But you got some man that's encouraging her, that's eating off of her, that's allowing her to go through this. And it's weird. So of course, Erykah, for whatever reason, put her stamp on it tonight and last night and said, you know what? This is it. Let me clown this and see where it go. However, it didn't go viral yet. You know, as always, I'm like one of the, first people to jump on these things real quick. I want it to be a teachable moment. Black woman, if you're not happy with yourself because of how you visualize yourself to be, you can get in the gym and do what you need to be done. Any body part can be adjusted. Okay? However, you are not here to fit nobody's standards. No one's. None. Especially if you're allowing people to be fixated on a body part and not the substance that's in the body. That's just dumb. You're not here for that. You're not here for that. All right? And no matter what you do to the outside, whether you feel it, you can't do nothing to that box. All that shit don't matter. Y'all need to be real careful. I need to understand that, especially women of a specific age, women who are going to change with time. Don't let nobody put nothing unnatural. First of all, don't let nobody cut you unnecessarily. You're not the bride of Frankenstein. Stop the bullshit, okay? Stop it. Nothing is wrong with you at all. What's the end result of a BBW? What do you want it for? You gonna start your OnlyFans? How long that's gonna last? Because some of the top ones from last year is broke today. You gonna do Twitter porn? What are you gonna do? Or you getting a BBL to go work for T-Mobile? You'll be the thickest girl in the T-Mobile spot. Or you gonna be working at the mall at the hat kiosk. You the thickest girl selling hats at the kiosk in the mall. What you getting a BBL for? Hmm? Come on now. Think. Think. And on that note, we up out of here. Yeah, we up out of here tonight. Okay? Okay. You seen that your former hairdresser got a BBL? Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Telling you. Nah. You right, Mecca. I'm telling you. Don't care. Well, how much of that box? What we doing? How much of that box can we get? All that, none of that. Men get sick of everything. Everything. They just not saying nothing. I'm keeping honest. I don't want all that makeup, pounds and pounds of Mac and all this other weirdness. And take that bullshit off. That's telling people you're not comfortable presenting who you are to the world. And that's an issue. That's an underlying issue right here. Like, damn. You confident in who you are? No man gonna want to rock with that. That's a hit and run, if that. We don't care about that. All that shit, get that shit out of here, yo. All right? And then, yeah, they doing weirdness. 50, 60, going up under the knife. What are you going up under the knife at 54? You getting ready menopause if you're not menopausing already. So you sweating on the outside. You done put some shit in your ass and now you sweating on the inside. You stink. It's like, what are we doing here? 50? You in a BBL at 50? And your ass might be out of here 60, 62. You know what? That shit ain't gonna, what is it doing? For real. The main thing, cause let me tell you, you could look like $1 million. You could be clean. You could do all that. Men don't like nobody that don't like them. You don't like me, I don't like you. I don't give a fuck what you look like. Okay? I done been around the best. Some of the most beautiful. Your attitude funky and get your ass out of here. You a deuce. You a deuce. Straight like that. You a deuce. You can look like the top dollar. And dudes go right over to Lizzo. Dudes go right over to somebody as slim as, who's a slim? One of them other new little skinny girls. Nobody playing no games with no nasty attitude, broad. In 2025, get your ass out of here. Ain't nobody dealing with that shit. The bozo deals with that. That's who deal with that. Clown ass dudes, funny shoe wearing dudes, borderline closeted dudes. They deal with that shit. Nobody dealing with you. You got an attitude? Or you choice? You top dollar? Yeah? Okay, take your top dollar ass over there. Right over there. Vivica in the making. I mean, I bet to use that as an example. I'm telling y'all. Go back to our pictures from generations. Independence Day. Booty call. Go back and look. And look at that shit now. Okay? Talking about needing a man and dating and I like to travel. Get your ass out. You a dub. Done. Done. Just like that. And then your mind starts to go. And real talk. Real talk. I'm telling you, man, y'all gotta start telling them the truth. Seriously. I don't care where you at. In any city, in any state, you go to a gym. Ladies, y'all better look. Go to a gym and test it. You're gonna see somebody, you're like, damn, she's bad. And you're gonna think every man is looking at her. The next one gonna come in. Damn, she bad too. And the next one is always somebody that's gonna catch some men's eyes. Always, there's always somebody better. Always. So it ain't about that. It's not. It's not. And then you see some old little frumpy looking something, and she got more men than she can handle. Because she's nice, she's sweet, she's attentive, she's intelligent, she in her essence. I'm telling you. That shit don't pan out. That's old school thinking. Yeah. Hey, when they was building Haley up. Remember that? Everybody had the Haley Berry cut, Tony Braxton cut, shorty, yo. Everybody wanted the bad little shorty. That shit is dead. That's 80s, 90s. Once them towers came down, everything changed, man. That shit don't work. You bad or word? Come on. That don't, man. A dime a dozen. A dime a dozen. Ooh, Mecca. Oh, man, we out of here now. Mecca done gave the real secret up. Come on now. We ain't have to go there, Mecca. We already know. Damn. Oh. Anyway, listen, we out of here. My classroom assistants, much appreciation for holding it down. Okay, as always. To those who funded the war effort, much appreciation. Those who didn't, we know y'all in here. To the new subscribers, this is where we at. This is how we give it up. Okay? Remember, guard your mind. Okay? Guard your mind. That's how you get caught up in the love and O phase and their systems. That's how you get caught up into accepting their standards for beauty. Somebody got in your mind. Okay, guard your mind. It's not all right to drink and drive. It's not all right to speed. To believe that you got that much control over a machine that can malfunction at any time. Guard your mind. Mature. Understand that life is fragile. Fragile. At any given time, it can be your last. Be productive. Figure this shit out. Love on each other. Educate each other. Don't be fearful to say, nah, I'm not with that. No. I'm good. A word, don't be fearful to close the door too. You opening doors for new friends. You opening doors for new associates. You learning people. Once you learn them, then close the door. Fuck out of here. I'm out of here. Nah. Thought that was right and exact. No. Close the door. You understand? Close the door. It's just that simple. You have to protect you in order to be around here to manifest our potential to be greater. That's what this shit is about. Maturing and understanding where we are in truth, not in fantasy. In truth. Because that's all you got. That's it. That's it. Don't let people take you on a wild goose chase talking about wealth and all this other bullshit. You ain't get the These people been playing this game a long time, man. They got you monetized down to the penny. If you transition today, the insurance, everything, what you earned, what you didn't earn, your debt, you think they gonna let a bunch of black folk get generation? You know what generational wealth is? 60, 70 years within the same family. Tell me how you gonna do that. I wanna know what you gonna use to do that with. You gonna sell wheat, corn, pork bellies. You got coffee? You got land to grow some shit? What are you gonna do? You can't tell me you're getting ready to start you a pencil business. That's what you're gonna do? You're gonna start selling pencils and your great-grandkids are gonna be wealthy off of your new pencil business? Yeah, okay. Okay. When you have the product, come back to class and test my square on it. Let me see that. I want to see it. If not, get in line with the rest of the woke and conscious folk and plot on getting away from OFE and getting away from their institutions and building our own. That's it. Okay? So my paperwork is always good. Shout out to my tie, my air-like tie. Yeah, Tyson, we still paperwork good right here. Okay, on my truckers. Yeah, truckers, pull over. If you got that cat shit in your eye, don't drive and stay away from them rest stop dots. Don't let them get in your cab, damn it. Everybody come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you, because I know you can do it. But you got to keep your mind right. Okay? Got to keep your mind right. You dig? That's all we about here. Okay? Yes. That's what it is. Oh, and 55 gang. Get y'all grades up.